YouTube, what is up with y'all today? This is Neil Goodfella Neil coming through with another talk video today. This subject actually been on my mind for like damn near like 2 weeks, man. Y'all know what the talk videos, I just maybe write down one topic, and if it linger long enough, then I'll make a video about it. Or if it's like a fast moving like current event kind of thing, like something happening in the sneaker community or whatever, or something that relate to the sneaker community, then I actually talk about it or whatever. But this one I found kind of common with a few, even a few sneaker YouTubers too. And it also was kind of like, I also thought I was the only one feeling this way sometime. Now, once you amass like a crazy amount of kicks, like in your collection and everything, you already have you already have enough humanly possible that you separately can like wear or whatever. Not sharing or anything, like sharing with cousins and brothers and sisters and stuff, but I'm just talking about if it's just like you particularly is really just like enough or whatever, right? So I noticed that some of my peers as well, and me included, I've caught a few here and there slip up and say it too. It's one of the things where it's like you promising like, man, this is my last pair. I don't need no more after this, and I'm basically done. I'm gonna use my money for better things. Now, despite that this is a hobby, because obviously you make money enough for like your hobby or whatever, right? And obviously, if you guys look at my videos and how long I've been on YouTube and all these videos that I've got, all these shoes and all that stuff, obviously I got enough for my hobby, right? And I'm fine. There's no complaint on my end. But it's always still, even regardless, even if you had like a limited amount of money or even enough money or whatever to get any kick you want, basically I can if I want. But something like the Chunky Dunkies I struck out on, and it's just like, I'm not paying like $2 grand for no shoes or whatever. That's crazy, you know what I mean? And then you got something like the Flint 13s that was hard to get. That was supposed to be a general release, man. That's crazy. So, I mean, when you see stuff like that, I'm not saying that's something to really too much discourage you from getting those kicks, because by all means, those two sneakers are definitely fly. But if you talking about, man, this is my last pair, and I feel like this last pair is gonna be it, guys, them making it hard to get stuff like that damn sure doesn't make it hard for you to be like, all right, I didn't get it, cool, I'm bowing out because I already have enough sneakers anyway, blah blah blah, right? I'm not trying to use some humble high road escape route neither. I'm trying to cover all excuses about this. I just feel like some of us sneaker guys, we just be like, man, you know what? I have enough kicks. I just feel like, oh damn, these laced up wrong. I have enough kicks. You know what? I just feel like, I got enough. I really don't need them all like that anyway. At the beginning of your collection when you first starting out, it'd be like, man, I gotta have them, even if I gotta pay resale and all that stuff. So, for example, like, especially if it's a sneaker that you already have. So, for example, like the Silver Tongue Fire Red 5s. If I didn't get those, I wouldn't have been mad about it or nothing like that. Like the Bread 11s that came out, I'm happy I got them from the 2019 version, but I also still got the 2012 version too. So worst come to worst, if I just really struck out, and now since after that Michael Jordan last documentary or whatever, the Last Dance documentary, I still got to watch mine. I actually had the touring game had to be on lock, but I don't condone bootlegging. So Jordan, once you drop that, I will buy the full Blu-ray set and everything. But at this point in time right now, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I'll buy that when it come out on the box set. I got you, bruh. I got you. But back to what I was saying, I wouldn't have been broke up about that because I've already, or about that release, because I've already got those kicks, long story short. Now, with that being said, now, even though I did still buy the 2019 on top of having the 2012 already, and the 2012 version is definitely immaculate. It's not as comfortable as the 2019 version, but it's definitely still in decent condition. You probably got small little creases on the crinkle, like on the little side part where the toe actually bend out a little bit, but it's hardly noticeable. But it just would have been more money saved to my pocket. If it would have jumped up to like $400 or whatever like that, high patent leather and all. I do like the OG look a lot more than the regular retro. You know what I mean? The regular 2012 version. I'm just using that as an example. But if I just didn't get them, I wouldn't have been broke up about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm just at a point in sneakers where like it really don't matter all like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like the same fun that you had with the retro that came out a few years ago, you most likely gonna have with the new one. Now, you will have a little bit more fun because it's a little bit, material's a little bit better. Keeping it OG, by all means, by all means. And if you personally just didn't have those, by all means, if this if 2019 was my first time ever getting a Red 11 Mind collection ever, I would be super excited. You know what I mean? And they'd be like, oh yeah, I gotta have them. I try to get them before the price go up even higher, because usually that's what happened with 11s, Jordan 11s especially. But man, tell me guys, I don't want to make this too long and drawn out though, but have you guys feel like that this is the last pair? I already done got enough. I could be using my money for this, for that, you know what I mean? Some people might call disposable cash, meaning my bills already paid, everything else, you know what I mean? My investments already made, but I already just had this sitting right here, you know what I mean? So, use that money to shorten another bill, you know what I mean? For the long term, besides just making a payment on it, you know what I mean? So, that's the only thing I could come up with at this point in time right now, besides just buying another sneaker over again. And that's just a feeling, guys. That's a feeling that comes and goes sometime. Sometimes it's a little bit more familiar. It lasts a little bit longer, different seasons or whatever like that. And again, with Nike being one of the main culprits, making some of these sneakers hard as hell to buy, and then the resellers making it even worse, it'd be like, man, I'd be like, you'd be almost on the verge of like, oh, well, you know what? I am willing to bow out, because it's just certain prices that I feel like certain sneakers shouldn't be at. And also too, then the only person to really blame is just Nike. If they actually they know, like we know, if they mass produce those sneakers, Flints, Chunky Dunkies, I'm just saying those right now at the moment because they just recently dropped and they was the hot ones of the month, or of this year rather. If they mass produce those, they know that the prices will go down significantly, like they always do, and everybody will be able to cop. It get to a point too, man. It depends on too where you entered this game. Like if I was 22 years old and just entered the sneaker game this year or something like that, this would actually be the way a part of life or whatever as well. I know some of us older guys adjusted a little bit to the game, depending on when you like. I entered in like the early 2010s, so probably about fall of 2010. So I've been in it for almost coming up on 10 years, at least as a grown adult. Would I consciously say, hey, I'm actually going to build a collection versus just buying, one or two new kicks a year or whatever. But where I consciously say, oh yeah, I'm going to get these kicks, this came out, I want that too. This came out, I want that too, that kind of thing. So, that thing is always there, where I've just always just, where I've seen the beginning of the game and see how it transformed, like literally, like to the point where, okay, only just Jordans were like, when the hype started really picking up around 2013, where like every Jordan was like reselling for something, like resale was getting bad. It was like damn near any release. Now it's a little bit more, and then it wasn't too many, it wasn't like bots or nothing really then. This when you can like call in and still pick up the shoes or whatever. And let's see, what else? Yeah, man. I mean, depends on where you entered the game at. Depends on how many sneakers you got. But now, if you don't just got like 10 pairs in your room and you want to get up to like 100 or something like that, this video probably not even for you. You know what I mean? But once you get up to a decent amount of pair that like, you just like, it's getting to the point they're starting to re-release stuff again, or, they're making hybrids and stuff I already got, which is no knock. By all means, pass that ball around. Pass that hot potato around. Let some of these other guys or whatever experience the kick like how we experienced it or whatever. And if you want to pick up because maybe you trashed the previous retro and this one has better quality and might last for you, you know what I mean? That's definitely a good enough reason to pick it up. Or something as simple as the Nike Air Beyond on the back. that makes a big difference to some people. So, you know, I get it. But sometimes that looming feeling, just like, oh man, I already got enough. I don't need to be spending more money. You know, that whole thing, that whole feeling. I didn't really too much see anybody cover it as far as talk videos. If some sneaker channels even do some talk videos, if it ain't heartbreaking or the StockX ripping somebody, you know, not to throw StockX under the bus, but you know what I mean. If it ain't like current event, you know what I mean. But this is more of a psychological, mental kind of like thing. Again, very few YouTubers sneaker YouTubers I hear say it every now and then, like, man, this is like the last pair. I keep telling myself this and that, da da da. That's just a feeling. So this is you know, anybody that has that kind of feeling while collecting sneakers, it's never going to be like a thing where it's just like you just full blown straight, just like collecting sneakers. There's going to be some times you're going to be down. There's going to be some times you get frustrated. There's going to be some times, you know, all that stuff, man. Anybody that's been in the sneaker game at least the past 5 years already experienced that, the whole ups and downs. But like now you just kind of like get used to it, depending on how your longevity in this game. But if you've been in it even longer, you see the curve and you see the turn of the way things happen and how things is going and what's out of style and what's in style. I remember when Nike basketball was really, really in style and runners wasn't really that much in style like how it is now. Dash shoes wasn't even being thought about, you know, though like that stuff was used to be like not even on people's radar. But now it's like the whole game done flipped. It's like dash shoes, runners, and basketball shoes. Like down here some damn where like Nike basketball shoes. So, and it's not to pick on Nike particularly, but they do hold the biggest stake as far as the in the U.S. as far as the basketball sneaker industry goes. So that's why I make a point saying that. So, and it's not to bash all that or whatever, because, you know, it's crazy because the game may end up flipping again and dash shoes might be back at the bottom, but runners might be at the middle or runners might be at the top and basketball shoes might be way at the top. I don't know. But that's enough of me today. Rate, comment, and subscribe. All the points I commented, I mean, one of the main things I commented on, not my tips, but the main points I said was not buyer's guilt neither, but just being tired. Just being tired. So let me know, guys, down below, have you felt that feeling before? Been there, done that. This is not my first time ever feeling like that. I feel like this for like, you know, a few times a year or whatever. It's like, yeah, if I just bow out right now and just lead it, you know, and then, you know, maybe do the whole thing, maybe cop 2 kicks a year or something like that, fall back. Because, you know, I'm copping a few kicks a month, you know what I mean? But if it's not really nothing to buy, and then too, man, you know, the stimulus check got passed around too, or people still got remnants of it or something, because like stuff is still like regular GRs do, like it's actually moving. I'm like, you got a 25% off sale or 30% off sale, ain't nothing there. You know what I mean? So, all right, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.